Hi, you have 30 questions today. Try to catch the twist before it catches you. Let's go. What happens to natural honey stored in an airtight container at room temperature over several decades? Correct answer. It never spoils or goes. Which basic ingredient gives real chocolate its solid structural shape at room temperature? Correct answer. Cocoa butter. What creates the distinct fizzing sound when carbonated soda is poured directly over ice cubes? Correct answer. Trapped gas escaping. Which standard traffic sign shape is used exclusively for yield signs on United States roads? Correct answer. Inverted downward triangle. What official fruit flavor corresponds to the green gummy bear in original Haribo packs sold in the U.S.? Correct answer. Strawberry flavor. Why do municipal fire hydrants in many American towns feature caps painted in different specific colors? Correct answer. To indicate water flow rate. Why were classic work jeans historically dyed using plant-based indigo rather than standard textile dyes? Correct answer. Indigo binds only to. What was the main original purpose of the small fabric loop on the back collar of dress shirts? Correct answer. Hanging the shirt on a peg. Why does a helium balloon deflate significantly faster than a balloon filled with regular room air? Correct answer. Helium atoms are smaller. Why are fresh commercial apples in supermarkets coated with an edible layer of artificial wax? Correct answer. To retain natural moisture. Why do commercial airlines routinely dim passenger cabin lights during nighttime takeoffs and landings? Correct answer. To help passenger eyes. Why do domestic dogs frequently turn in tight circles before settling down to sleep? Correct answer. And wild instinct to fly. What is the primary practical purpose of the hole at the end of a metal skillet handle? Correct answer. Hanging the cookware on store. Why do eyes often glow bright red in photographs taken with a direct camera flash? Correct answer. Flashlight bouncing off. Why does adding a tiny pinch of table salt to dark coffee suppress its bitter taste? Correct answer. Sodium ions block. What is the mechanical purpose of the detachable plastic ring left on a bottle neck after opening? Correct answer. Providing visual evidence. Why does solid dry ice convert directly into gaseous carbon dioxide without turning into liquid first? Correct answer. Standard atmospheric pressure. Why did early mechanical alarm clocks feature two distinct metal bells mounted on top of the frame? Correct answer. To house a physical clapper. What is the distinction between the terms flammable and inflammable on warning labels? Correct answer. Both terms mean the Why is titanium widely chosen for high-end eyeglass frames over standard stainless steel alloys? Correct answer. It offers high flexibility. Why do commercial revolving doors in high-rise buildings feature internal mechanical speed governors? Correct answer. To prevent dangerous wind. Why do wild sea otters frequently link paws while resting together in ocean water? Correct answer. To keep from drifting apart. What was the original intended function of the dark blue end on vintage dual-colored pencil erasers? Correct answer. Erasing heavy pencil. Why did early computer terminals display bright green text against dark black screen backgrounds? Correct answer. Green phosphor chemicals. Why does standard kitchen aluminum foil have one noticeably shiny side and one dull side? Correct answer. An unavoidable result of. Why do heavy rain clouds float overhead despite carrying hundreds of thousands of pounds of water? Correct answer. Droplets are tiny and. Why are black keys on a standard piano keyboard designed raised and narrower than white keys? Correct answer. To allow performer finger. Why does an indoor room feel noticeably colder when air humidity drops very low at 70 degrees? Correct answer. Low humidity speeds up. Why do professional performance bowling balls contain asymmetrical weighted cores inside? Correct answer. To create a curving hook tree. Why do old paper books gradually develop a distinct vanilla-like aroma over many decades? Correct answer. Lignin in plant-based. Thanks for playing. Write in the comments how many points you scored.